Hey, Scott Russell, little talk about the World Economic Forum, and I think something that's pretty important to remember is that the World Economic Forum globalism really is socialism under another name. And and I think in our preparation for what lies ahead and our preparation for the future, it's important to remember that decisions that the authorities are going to make around our lives are always going to be towards socialism. And you kind of look and think a country has independence. There is no independent country. The IMF is the International Monetary Fund, is what stitches a lot of this together. They have a CBDC and they are intending to make sure everybody follows that CBDC. And the way they're going to do that is by saying if your country needs money, the only way you're going to have it is via a CBDC. So CBDCs will be here. I do believe the government is going to follow the patterns of what we've seen all over the world with socialism. I have a video on way back in my feed now and on Facebook probably is about as TikTok closed my account, I had to restart and threatening to do it again. But it's from Venezuela, and a Venezuelan man talking about how the government is basically plundering everything. And some of the things, people think it's safe to work in government, it's a stable job. And Venezuela pointed out, they said no, because the numbers I can't remember exactly, but it was something like they get $6,000 a month on the pay. But as hyperinflation hit, it went down to about $6 a month, and everybody wanted to get out of government, and nobody wants them because they're not used to working. He talked about staying in the sorts of jobs, the sorts of things that would bring money in hard times. Repair jobs. People don't buy new appliances, they fix the old. Teaching people how to fix things. Essentials, he said, stay in the essentials. He said, tell people if they can, get their money offshore. That's a little difficult here because this is a global thing that's about to happen, but there still are options. I mean, I think BRICS is a globalist WEF multipolar in Klaus Schwab's words, part of the multipolar world, but there's still potential there that maybe you can look into BRICS and having investment in a BRICS country. I think they are going to destroy the West. They are trying to destroy the West. They're trying to destroy the dominance of that and bring about the multipolar world that they've said. So I think in preparation, remember, this is going towards socialism. Here in Australia, we pretty much have a socialist country. It's very socialist here. A lot of the decisions are made through that. We have a thing called Centrelink, which is our welfare system here. They already own homes. They put people in homes. I was down in the nation's capital recently. A lot of the homes, there's a good chunk of homes down there that are owned by Centrelink and left empty. They are fabricating, bringing about shortages. They're bringing in immigration, mass immigration, to erode nationalism in countries. I still say they are trying to break the USA. I've just seen today that Chicago and others will follow are talking about the government opening up grocery stores in the cities to try to feed the people, and socialism. It doesn't work. So on paper it looks all great, but anyone that thinks socialism works is sadly mistaken. Take responsibility for ourselves. You've all heard me talk about it. Spiritually, dig into yourself. Be prepared that your assets are going to get plundered. Here in Australia, there's many things in the pipeline, I believe, that are there to help plunder. In the US, BlackRock, Vanguard, ones like that, it's no hidden fact anymore that they are buying all the real estate, buying every home. They are intending to own every home in the USA because the global agenda, the 2030 WEF agenda that's been signed on by the UN says you will be happy and own nothing. These men are serious. These women are serious. They are actively going towards this, and they own the power. They own the power. They own the governments that are over us, because the government's just a puppet, really, because the money that they have to bow down to kiss the puppet masters to get the money. And So yeah, they will and they are marching forward. But what are you doing? What are you doing to prepare? What are you doing to get yourself in that position of readiness? Um, Personally, I've got a lot of things I've been working on. I still am letting you know. There's others that are working on things like emeralds. Emeralds are timeless. They've been here since the beginning of time. They'll be here by the end of time. It's things to look at how you can sustain yourself when this thing goes. I don't think it's very easy to find a long-term solution because this is something that's going to be aggressive as it marches towards ultimately communism. But somewhere along the line, there will be a resistance, and I think resistance is just doing what comes to hand. And maybe it's putting in the past. I'm not telling people to do this, but I think resistance is putting a sticker up that might be there seen. It might be pushing back and using a cash machine or cash person rather, saying I want cash. And I'm thrilled to see here in Australia now the cash machines and the credit machines are empty, and there'll be a lineup of people for a teller. And I actually had a bit of a run-in with one of the supermarkets here just the other day because that was the case. And I said, where's the manager? And I kind of just got into it and said, look, use your brain. People want to use a person. Open up, get some more people on the registers. And, I know you're all trying to force us to go cashless, but we want to use this machine. We want to use this person, people, sorry. So, yeah, it was a bit of pushback, but I'm that type of guy. And not going to lay down and take it. That's resistance. And if we all do that, it just slows it up. It makes it harder. But while you're doing that, prepare. So God bless you. And I've got to say, spiritually, find God in that. And don't find religion. We don't need religion. Religion's another system. But in your heart, inside of you, something taps. Something stands at the door and knocks and says, hey, will you hear my voice? I'll come in and make my home with you. And I think as we surrender and we say, God, just come in and give me that peace, then I follow the peace. So some things others look at and go, why is he doing that? But it's something that I have to follow in my peace. There's people around my life. Some have gone from my life currently. Hopefully the beauty of who they are, things will change, friends will be, and that's the community you want to have around your life. People that can be there for you through thick and thin, your safe place, your safe community, so you can build together. God bless.